Greetings, Benjamin J. the Victrola Guy, with another in the series on the tinfoil phonograph. Well, just to do one more experiment, I've installed my last piece of copper foil on the phonograph, and I took some time and laid it on there fairly smoothly. And hopefully we can make a decent recording on this. It looks nice on there, and I really thought copper was going to be the answer to all of the problems as far as this. Copper is not nearly as sensitive. You don't have to adjust the machine nearly as well or precisely to get a good recording on copper. It's just that this foil is so thick. The aluminum foil is 1.5 mil. This is 5 mil thick, 5/1000ths of an inch thick. So this is some pretty thick foil. That doesn't sound like much, but it really is compared to the aluminum foil. Alright, so we're going to make a quick recording on copper. I'm in the very first groove on the mandrel. So it's going to be an interesting experiment. I got it on there fairly smooth. Let's see if we can get a decent recording. This is going to be my last recording on copper with using this sticky tape. I'm going to have to find some genuine foil sheets and try that and hopefully get the right thickness. But since I already had this, I figured I'd do one more recording and see how it works. So our last recording on copper foil, on sticky copper foil tape, on the 1878 tinfoil phonograph. Hello, hello, hello! Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. Ha, ha, ha! All right. So we've got good modulation. The only way to tell, of course, is to play this back and see what it sounds like. But as I said, since I had this piece of copper, I figured I might as well go ahead and use it. So this will be our last recording on copper until I find some copper foil sheets rather than sticky tape. So here's a recording on 5 mil copper tape. Alright, that wasn't a bad recording. It's much noisier than aluminum, I've noticed that. But one thing about it is you don't have to adjust the machine nearly as precisely to get a recording on copper. If this was the right thickness, this would probably work really well. Unfortunately, it's way too thick, I think. Alright, let's play it again. Alright. And it's much more durable than aluminum. It doesn't wear out nearly as quickly or become noisy like aluminum does. Let's play this one more time. And one thing about copper is that it lays flat enough, the stylus can run over the seam or the overlap backwards, so you can actually play the recording backwards. It's definitely more durable than aluminum. It's also noisier than aluminum. It's also 10 times the price of aluminum. But the recordings don't wear out very quickly. You can play this, one of them, 20 plus times. So I'm going to rewind this and play it one more time. So I'm basically just documenting these experiments, and like I said, since I had this piece of copper that was already here, I figured I would go ahead and make one last recording on copper foil tape. So one last recording, or one last playing. And it definitely doesn't wear out as quickly as aluminum. There's no doubt about that. So as I said, if I had a supply of copper, even this stuff, if I had an unlimited supply of it, I could sit here and do some real experimenting and adjust the machine to use 5 mil copper. But as it is, these, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9 recordings on copper cost about $25. So it's not a cheap undertaking to record on copper. And unfortunately, you can't just walk into a store and buy copper foil. It has to be ordered. This came from eBay, and this was originally designed for shielding electronics. And as I said, it's much thicker than it needs to be. 1 mil, perhaps even a half mil, would work quite well. But this made a decent recording, no doubt, but it was also a $3 recording. So obviously I can't keep doing this. But since I had this piece of copper left over, I wanted to make a recording on it just to give it a try. And I took some time and laid it on there nice and smooth, and it made a definite difference. This is a usable recording, and it didn't wear out. I could probably play this, well, I'm not sure, on this stuff, but the snail tape that I recorded on, I got 20 plus plays out of it, and it just doesn't drop off the way aluminum does. So in any case, just another video on an experiment on the tinfoil phonograph, in this case 5 mil copper foil, and it made a decent recording. But as I said, it's noisier than aluminum, and it is much, much more expensive. So if I can find a source that's reasonably inexpensive and the right thickness, I will continue some experiments with this. But it is prohibitively expensive. And this is just the wrong foil, period. It's just too thick. Yes, it works, but it does much better on aluminum. So just another in the series, just wanted to document the experiment. So my last recording on copper, until I either find some different copper foil or we'll see. I've got lots of foils on the way. Lead foil, brass foil, there's steel foil. As I said, any kind of metal you can think of, somebody makes foil out of. It's just so expensive. And finding the right thickness is really difficult. You know, you can only find what someone makes. That's it. And in this case, it would be nice to use copper because it makes such a durable recording. And it looks nice on there. I mean, you have to admit, that gold on there looks really nice. So I'm still looking for gold aluminum foil. Reynolds makes it. It's just a matter of finding it. I haven't been able to find it any place at a retail outlet. I can find it online, but you know, you always have to add shipping and everything else to it. It'd be nice just to be able to walk into a store and buy this stuff. But if I can find gold aluminum foil, I'm definitely going to try that. But again, just a quick experiment. I had this one piece of copper left. I want to make a recording on it. So just wanted to document it. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email, TheVictrolaGuy@gmail.com. And as always, Thank you for watching.